Good afternoon, my dear students. Now we are going to discuss a amphibolic pathway. After completion of amphibolic pathway, we'll go back to anaerobic respiration, glycolysis, fermentation, and what about energetics of anaerobic respiration? Okay. Yes. Okay. So in the introduction part, the given statement, the purpose of respiration, what is the objective of respiration? Respiration is not only concerned with respiration, not only for energy. First, okay, energy and precursors, starters, precursors, okay, precursors are starters are substrates for carbon skeleton. Here, carbon skeleton means a number of biomolecules which are involved in the construction of a body. What are they? So, what about the precursors for carbon skeleton? First of all, we should know what is carbon skeleton. Okay, cellulose. You can take cellulose. Cellulose involved in the formation of cell wall, constructive material. Okay, amino acids, proteins, okay, lipids, and like that, so many organic compounds which are involved in the construction of the organism. Okay, so for the synthesis of all these, some raw materials are required, substrates are required. Okay, so here respiration is not only for catabolism. If it is only energy, here catabolism. Not only energy, precursors also. So anabolism also. Okay. Traditionally, from the beginning of understanding of metabolic reactions, we considered respiration as catabolic pathway, but now it is called as a amphibolic pathway. Reason not only for energy, but also this one. Okay. So here, while reading and while understanding amphibolic pathway, the most important thing is entry point of various respiratory substrates. That part is very, very important. Okay. So pure form of respiratory substrates are subjected to dilution or degradation. And that leads to what formation of monomers. These monomers will enter into respiratory chain. Okay. So what about the path of amphibolic pathway, which is applied to respiration? Okay, so first take carbohydrates. Okay, so digestion of carbohydrates means hydrolysis, digestion, and formation of monomers. Here I'm taking glucose molecule. That may be fructose also. Depends on type of carbohydrate, glucose molecule. And from here, this part is well known. So glucose into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate cleaved into DHAP and PGAL, 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So here the question is the entry of a carbohydrate into the respiratory pathway is glucose or fructose in the form of glucose, in the form of fructose. Okay, right? So carbohydrates are entering into respiration, means oxidation, in the form of glucose. So this part is a glycolysis or not? Okay, so for the digestion of a glucose molecule completely during aerobic respiration, what about the total number of steps required? One, glycolysis, link reaction, TCA cycle, and finally ETS. So all these 4 steps are mandatory for complete oxidation of a glucose molecule. Okay, right? So reversible reaction converted into PGAL, 2 molecules from this one, 2 molecules of pyruvic acid after a certain number of reactions. And that is converted into acetyl CoA, 2 molecules of acetyl CoA. Okay, so now it is entering into TCA cycle. Complete oxidation, CO2 and H2. Okay, so that is about so-called one. Next, finally, ETS, electron transport system, for oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, so glycolysis, link reaction, TCA, ETS. So entry point glucose. Okay, so entering in the form of glucose, that is a glycolysis, is the entry point. So pure form of carbohydrate is not suitable for respiration. That must be converted into monomer by means of digestion with the help of concerned enzymes, carbohydrates. Okay. Next are fats. This part looks like this is easy one only. Here, very important thing is you should link this one with a triglyceride. For example, here I'm taking triglyceride. Triglyceride. What is triglyceride? Glyceride. What is glyceride? Glycerol with fatty acid. Glyceride. How many glycerides you studied? Monoglyceride, diglyceride, triglyceride. Okay. So here triglyceride with a 1 glycerol. Simple lipid. According to textbook. Glycerol plus how many fatty acids? 3 fatty acids you studied. Okay, so what is the bond between glycerol and fatty acid? Ester bond or not? Esterified. Esterified. And that bond is formed by dehydration. Okay, so now fat. Take fat on fat. That fat is triglyceride with glycerol and fatty acid. So if fat is subjected to digestion, so here enzyme you can take a lipase. one type of lipase enzyme. So here the role of lipase is digestion of fat. Here digestion of fat means breaking of ester bond present between glycerol and fatty acid. And here, what about the role of carbohydrates, that may be invertase or sucrase or maltase or some other carbohydrates concerned with hydrolysis of glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond. Here, hydrolysis of ester bond. So, water required, water required. Hydration, hydration. Hydrolytic reaction means digestion. Okay, so from this one, actually in your textbook, it was not directly given. We should link it. Okay, that is the way to prepare a subject. Okay, so in your textbook, given one is here, glycerol. Glycerol given or not? Glycerol. So you should realize that what is the fat, that may be monoglyceride or diglyceride or triglyceride according to given flow chart. Okay, glycerol. Okay, plus fatty acid, whatever the number of fatty acids. Fatty acid. So digestion completed. So digestion. Okay. So pure form of fat, not suitable for respiratory mechanism oxidation. Okay. So here glycerol is converted into DHAP or PGAL. Both are correct. In the description, it was given PGAL. So glycerol is converted into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Okay. In the description, in diagram, DHAP. Both are correct. So glycerol must be converted into DHAP and PGL. Here the question is, what about the entry point? Entry point, entering in the form of DHAP or PGAL, that is almost mid of glycolysis. I will give you what about the entry point separately. Okay. And what about fatty acid is converted into acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, so directly entering into TCA cycle. Okay, so fats are entering in the form of DHAP, PGAL, acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, so here maximum extent of fatty acid and glycerol, they are bypassing almost half of the glycolysis or complete glycolysis and link reaction also. Okay, right? Actually, most of the students, they are thinking nothing is there. Amphibolic pathway, already you know the flow chart. How to command what they're explaining, entry point. Focus on that one. Rest of the area you can understand. Everybody can by heart this one. Is or not? Entry point is important. Once again, I'm insisting on that one. If I prepare a question paper, definitely I will focus on entry points. Rest of the areas you can answer whatever the question. Okay. So remember the entry points. So entering in the form of this one, this one, this one. Okay. Right. So this way is catabolism. This way is catabolism. Okay. So here I'm writing, if the pathway is in this way, it is catabolism to release energy. Catabolism. Catabolism. Okay. Now go back to first statement. For example, fats are required. Fats are required. Or lecithin is required. Lecithin, what is lecithin? A phospholipid. Phospholipid or not? Lecithin is a phospholipid involved in the construction of a cell membrane, plasma membrane. Is or not? Compulsory for the synthesis of that one, precursors are required. So all of a sudden fats are required, whatever the type of fat. So now acetyl coenzyme A, DHAP, PGAL withdrawn from the respiratory chain to synthesize glycerol, DHAP or PGAL. To synthesize fatty acid, compulsory acetyl coenzyme A is withdrawn from the respiratory chain. So back, reverse. Okay, so take a reverse. So this is the anabolism to synthesize the fats. Acetyl coenzyme A going back, withdrawn. Okay, so this is a anabolism. Okay, so here acetyl coenzyme A is precursor, starter, PGAL precursor, DHAP precursor to synthesize a carbon skeleton, which is involved in the construction of the body. Minimum fat required or not? At least some percentage of fat is mandatory to run various metabolic activities and construction of the body. Even if you take plasma membrane, proteins and lipids are present. Along with that, cholesterol also present. Is it given or not? Right? So this way catabolism, this way anabolism, amphibolic. Next, protein. Okay, so here also digestion is required. Enzyme is proteolytic enzyme, protease, simple I'm taking, protease, converted into amino acids. Amino acids. So this is also digestion. Hydrolysis. Breaking down of peptide bonds. Hydrolysis, hydrolysis, hydrolysis. So what about the bonds removed? Ester bond removed, glycosidic bond removed, peptide bond removed. Even though hydrolysis and dissolution of bonds look like as they are beyond NCERT, if you go back to bonds in polymers, on the base of that, if they link that one with this, they have right to question that one. What type of bond is removed? Ester bond, glycosidic bond, and peptide bond. Okay. Next, deamination. So deaminated. Amino group is not suitable for respiration. Deaminated amino acid. And so here, that is deaminated amino acid is converted into either pyruvic acid. Okay, so what about the entry of amino acids? One, in the form of pyruvic acid, or in the form of acetyl coenzyme A. Coenzyme A. Okay, next. Alpha ketoglutaric acid. Ketoglutaric acid or succinic acid. This one was not given. In your textbook, pyruvic acid, acetyl coenzyme A, I think alpha ketoglutaric acid. Check it. That is also correct. Okay. So what are the forms of amino acids which are entering into respiratory chain? Pyruvic acid, acetyl coenzyme A, alpha ketoglutaric acid, succinic acid, or malic acid also. Okay, so here amino acids are completely bypassing glycolysis. Okay, so entry point, link reaction, or TCA cycle only. So this way is a catabolic process. This way is catabolism. So this direction, I'm using this direction. This way is catabolism. Okay, catabolism. Now go back to mineral nutrition, fate of ammonia. First one is a reductoamination. Take that one. Reductoamination. Alpha ketoglutaric acid is withdrawn from the respiratory chain and required for the synthesis of a precursor amino acid, that is a glutamic acid. So reverse is anabolism. Okay, right? So that is about a amphibolic pathway. Separately, we will discuss what about the entry of various respiratory substrates and what about a form of entry and area of entry. Okay, take the screenshot. We'll go to that one. Okay, now I'm erasing the board. Okay, is it clear? Wait, please. Okay, so now the heading is entry point. Entry point and the form of entry. Form of entry. In which form? Means what about the substrate? What type of substrate is entering into respiratory chain? Form of entry into respiratory pathway. Okay, so first taking carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Okay, so for carbohydrates, no bypassing, glycolysis required, required things, required one, glycolysis compulsory. Okay, link reaction required. Next, TCA required, ETS common. Okay, so here entry point, form of entry, first form of entry. Form of entry. Go for glucose, majorly glucose, and fructose also you can take. So that is about the form of entry. Entry point. Entry point. See, academics means commanding the textbook content is one type of digestion. How to digest a textbook content? Cut that one into a number of fragments. Okay, entry point is glycolysis. Okay, next, second one, fats. Okay, for fats, required pathways. What are the pathways required? Required pathways. Required pathways. Some part of mid part, some part of glycolysis. Okay, some part of glycolysis. link reaction, TCA, and complete ETS for glycerol. For glycerol. For glycerol oxidation, some part of glycolysis is required. Okay, link reaction completely required, TCA required, ETS required. Next, what about fatty acid? For fatty acid, for fatty acid, for fatty acid, no glycolysis, no link reaction, no glycolysis, no link reaction, except these two. Okay, these two not required. Required one, TCA required and ETS required. Okay, right? Next, form of entry. Form of entry. In which form? What about the forms of entry? Form of entry is DHAP. Actually, that should be converted into PGAL bracket G3P or 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Next, acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, so already I gave you. If it is a DHAP, if it is a DHAP, PGL, some part of glycolysis, these things are required. Okay, if it is a fatty acid, glycerol, no glycolysis, no link reaction, rest of the things required. So like that, prepare the notes like this. Okay, is it clear? Next, last one, what about a protein? So here questions, if fat is respiratory substrate, okay, so here they are bypassing either complete glycolysis or some part of glycolysis. Link reaction, if it is a glycerol, it is not bypassing, link reaction is required. If it is a fatty acid, no glycolysis, no link reaction. Use this description. If it is fatty acid, simple it is bypassing glycolysis and link reaction. Okay, and required thing is a TCA and ETS. And if it is a protein, okay, form of entry, entry form. So already I gave you entry forms. What are they? One, pyruvic acid. So if it is in the form of pyruvic acid, link reaction compulsory. So here it is bypassing glycolysis. Bypassing glycolysis. Next, if it is a acetyl coenzyme A, acetyl coenzyme A, required things from TCA onwards. TCA onwards. Bypassing glycolysis, link reaction. Next, alpha ketoglutaric acid, succinic acid, or some other organic compound, whatever it is, malic acid. Here compulsory TCA cycle. So here they are bypassing glycolysis, link reaction, some part of glycolysis also. It depends on type of the so-called molecule. Okay, so see in your textbook, one statement was entry point. Okay, read that one. That is very, very important. Is it clear? Any objection? Okay, my dear friends. So that is about amphibolic pathway. So traditionally we call that one as a catabolism. It is a more than catabolism. More it is anabolism. Okay, so this is a biomass. To produce this biomass, main required one is anabolism. So that's why last statement, if you check last statement, respiration is a amphibolic rather than catabolism. Of course, energy is required. Both are required, energy and organic compounds. Okay. So to increase biomass of body, anabolic reactions are required. Even though the plant is able to harvest sunlight, ATP possible, NADP, HH plus possible, but still the plant is producing or reducing C of CO2 into carbohydrate. Even though ATP is available. ATP available or not? By means of non-cyclic electron transport system, ATP and NADPHS plus producer. Then what is the need of production of carbohydrate? Even though they are having ATP molecules. The purpose is to synthesize a carbohydrate, one, energy. That is not mandatory. Second one is very, very important. If the carbohydrate is subjected to respiration after digestion, okay, so it is able to synthesize proteins, amino acids, enzymes, and other so-called biomolecules which are required for the construction of body. Okay, that is the meaning of amphibolic pathway. Okay, is it clear? Now take the screenshot. So successfully amphibolic pathway completed. Next one is anaerobic respiration that involves glycolysis and fermentation. Okay, wait. Now I'm erasing the board. Okay, right? Take the screenshot, please. One minute, hang on, please. Okay, so now, second one, anaerobic respiration. Okay, so in our textbook, they explained this one with the help of glycolysis, fermentation that involves lactic acid and alcohol fermentation. Okay, so first step is glycolysis. So glucose into 2 pyruvic acids. Okay, and here 2 molecules of ATP consumed and 2 molecules of NADH produced. So round it. This is very, very important. Okay, next 2 into 2, 4 molecules of ATP produced, SLP1 and SLP2. Okay, so round it. This is very, very important. Okay, right? So glycolysis completed. And the second one is fermentation. That is either alcoholic fermentation. So it depends on type of organism. Okay, so actually we are obligate aerobe. We are obligate aerobes, means aerobic respiration. But what about our skeletal muscles? Skeletal muscles are facultative anaerobes. Okay, so facultative anaerobe means basically aerobe. If oxygen is not available, they can perform lactic acid fermentation. So like that, alcoholic fermentation in the case of yeast. Yeast is a facultative anaerobe. If O2 is available, aerobic respiration. Otherwise, anaerobic respiration, that is alcoholic fermentation. So organisms are either obligate aerobes. They are able to survive in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen is mandatory. Best example, human beings, most of the animals. Okay, obligate aerobe. Next, obligate anaerobe. Obligate anaerobe. No oxygen is required, and they can't survive in the presence of oxygen. Best example, methanogenic bacteria, STP and gobar gas. Compulsory anaerobic conditions are required to cause oxidation of that one into methane gas. Next, facultative anaerobe. Okay, facultative anaerobe means basically aerobe and able to perform anaerobic respiration also. Best example, our skeletal muscles are deep-seated cells which are not able to get enough amount of oxygen. Okay, so in alcoholic fermentation, what are the steps present in alcoholic fermentation? So first one is decarboxylation instead of oxidation. What about the number of pyruvic acids? 2 molecules of pyruvic acids. So 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, 3-carbon compound subjected to decarboxylation, and 2 molecules of acetaldehyde, 2-carbon compound plus 2CO2. So enzyme required is a pyruvate decarboxylase. Mg2 plus is required. That is a holoenzyme, compound enzyme, conjugate enzyme. Okay, so instead of oxygen, instead of oxidation, what about decarboxylation? See, instead of complete oxidation, see what about carbon decarboxylated? Okay, right? So decarboxylation reaction. Next, second one. This second one is very, very important. After decarboxylation, next one is a reduction. Wait 1 minute, hang on please. So here, it is not oxidized. It is not oxidized means, here oxidation means compulsory should produce a NADH or FADH. Here NADH is required, but there is no formation of NADH. Instead of that, CO2 is produced. So it is not an energy producing reaction. Next, reduction. Instead of further oxidation, it was reduced. So in reduction, what about the reactants here? 2 molecules of acetaldehyde plus, yes, next one is very, very important. That is 2 molecules of NADH. Round it. Okay, so what about the source of that one? The reducing power is coming from glycolysis. Okay, so gives rise 2 molecules of C2H5OH plus 2 molecules of NAD plus. In yeast, electron transport system is present, mitochondria present, it is possible, but what about the fate of NADH produced here, consumed here, oxidized, but there is no formation of ATP. Reason, here oxidation of this one is during reduction of acetaldehyde, not in the presence of oxygen, not with the help of electron transport system. So that's why there is no OP based ATP from that NADH. Okay, so that is about alcoholic fermentation. Or in our body, after completion of glycolysis, 2 molecules of pyruvic acids. Okay, so second one is either fermentation or lactic acid fermentation, alcoholic or lactic acid fermentation. B, I'm taking. lactic acid fermentation. Okay, so while teaching also, we need more oxygen while teaching. So automatically our skeletal muscles will get less amount of oxygen. While I'm teaching, definitely in my body, lactic acid fermentation is going on. So lactic acid. So here only one reaction, that is reduction reaction, reduction bond. Only one reaction, no decarboxylation, reduction only. Okay. So two molecules of pyruvic acid plus two molecules of NaDH. Source is glycolysis only, either for that or this. Gives rise two molecules of lactic acid 3-carbon compound. Okay. So here enzyme required. One more thing. Here enzyme required is a alcohol or acetaldehyde dehydrogenase. Alcohol dehydrogenase. Here lactate or lactic acid dehydrogenase. Okay. So what about energetics of anaerobic respiration? Energetics of anaerobic respiration out of 1 glucose. So total number of ATP produced, how many? 4. Total production. Consumption, how many? 2 consumed. Okay. So net is 4 minus 2. 2 ATP molecules. Net gain. And here the question is, what about ATP by OP, oxidative phosphorylation? This is very, very important. Is 0. Reason? Net availability of NADH is 0. 2 molecules of NADH produced during glycolysis are consumed during either alcoholic fermentation or lactic acid fermentation. Okay. So in the textbook, they compared energetics of aerobic respiration with anaerobic respiration. What about the percentage of energy possible out of anaerobic respiration out of 1 glucose molecule when compared with aerobic respiration? The given one is less than 7. Okay, remember that one. And how to get less than 7 also already we discussed. Again, we will discuss that one. Okay, so that is about anaerobic respiration, alcoholic fermentation, and lactic acid fermentation. Okay, is it clear? Right? Now I'm going to erase the board. Okay, so now percentage of energy from incomplete oxidation of 1 glucose molecule by anaerobic respiration. By anaerobic respiration. Given one is, I think, less than 7% given. Less than 7%. So how to get it? So they compared this energy out of incomplete oxidation of glucose with total energy possible out of complete oxidation of one glucose molecule. So first take aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, complete equation. Take one glucose molecule. Glucose plus 6 O2 molecules or 12 half O2s gives rise 686 kilocalories of energy plus 6 H2O plus 6 C. Please mute. Please mute. Please mute. Please. Please mute. Please mute. Okay. So now anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. Okay. So during anaerobic respiration, take one glucose molecule. Now, what about ATP production? Okay, so 4 minus 2 ATP molecules plus 2 molecules of NADH into 2 only. Okay, so total 4 ATP molecules. Okay, so 4 into 7.6 kilocalories of energy. Okay, 1 minute, hang on. 1 minute, hang on. One minute, hang on. Wait, please. Okay, 1 minute. So 4 ATP molecules, 4 into, yeah, simplify it, please. 7.6. 30.4. 1 minute, hang on. 4 plus 4. 8. Wait, please. Wait, 6 into 7.4. 1 minute, hang on. 44.4. 44.4. 1 minute, hang on. Okay, wait. Don't go for like this. Okay, so 4 plus, wait. Here 2, 4. Okay, 4 plus 2. Together, how many? 6 ATP molecules. So 6 into 6 ATP molecules into 7.6. If it is multiplied, what about total energy? 44.4 kilocalories of energy. So 44.4 divided by 686 into 100. Okay, so what about the percentage of energy? That is 6.4, 6.472. So that is a percentage of energy possible out of one glucose molecule which is incompletely oxidized. So definitely that is take that one here. 6.472 is less than 7% when compared with the complete energy possible out of complete oxidation of one glucose molecule. So less than 7% is correct. It was given in your textbook clearly. Okay, is it clear? So that is about mechanism of aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. And tomorrow we will discuss RQ. RQ, you can understand RQ, but I will explain RQ differently. Okay, right? Hang on.